Croatia. The land greets you with a brightness so sharp it feels as though every grain of earth has been carved from condensed sunlight itself, radiating a warmth that reaches you long before your feet even touch the ground. Water murmurs in the distance, weaving a melody older than the human voice, like a forgotten lullaby carried through valleys that have listened for centuries. Ancient stone rises in solemn formation, standing like a chorus of guardians, scarred by storms, shaped by time, yet unshaken in their eternal watch. Forest paths breathe softly beneath your steps, stirring with secrets they refuse to surrender, as if every rustle of leaves is a cautious whisper meant only for those who listen closely. Cliffs shimmer faintly as the wind brushes along their jagged edges, offering a gentle warning wrapped in beauty, reminding you how powerful the meeting of earth and air can be. Lakes glow with a purity so crystalline it feels almost unnatural, in the most hauntingly beautiful way possible, reflecting skies that seem too perfect to be real. 1,000 shades of green spill across the earth, shifting like living pigments that respond to the light, creating landscapes that feel painted by an unseen hand. Islands hover offshore like colossal, sleeping giants, their silhouettes quiet but powerful, as though they could awaken at any moment from centuries of peaceful slumber. Every breeze arrives charged with an invisible electricity, filled with echoes of forgotten gods, whose presence lingers in the currents of the air. Light dances across surfaces in patterns so delicate and precise they resemble ancient runes, as if the land itself is trying to communicate in symbols older than memory. Waves move with a rhythm far too intentional to be random, rising and falling like the steady heartbeat of the sea, guiding the shore into a quiet trance. Even the silence here feels dense and meaningful, like a story told in another language, one carved into the landscape rather than spoken aloud. The world around you begins to feel enchanted, as though you've stepped into a myth still being written, where every moment is suspended between reality and legend. And only when the landscape finally exhales around you, slow, deep, and knowing, does its true identity reveal itself with breathtaking certainty. You've wandered into wonder of Croatia, the ultimate escape into sun, stone, and sea. Plitvice Lakes National Park, Lica County. There are landscapes that look crafted by nature, and then there is Plitvice Lakes National Park, a place so precise in beauty it almost feels engineered by an ancient god rather than by time. Set in Lica County, the park stretches across a mountainous basin where turquoise chains of lakes spill endlessly into one another through terraced limestone formations. Scientists say Plitvice began forming thousands of years ago as mineral-rich waters deposited travertine barriers. But locals prefer a more magical tale involving a forest queen who unleashed the lakes to end a long drought. What makes Plitvice a true wonder isn't just its waterfalls, though there are over 90 of them, but the way every cascade glows with a different shade of blue depending on light, minerals, and season. The park's most iconic site, Veliki Slap, roars from a 78-meter cliff, yet somehow the surrounding forests stay wrapped in a calm that feels sacred. Boardwalks snake through the water like floating ribbons, pulling travelers deeper into a world where nature feels startlingly alive. Wildlife thrives here in an almost cinematic manner. Brown bears roam the high forests, lynxes keep their quiet watch, and rare otters dart along the calmer lakes. Trees shift their personalities with each season, offering 4 versions of Plitvice: emerald springs, deep green summers, flaming autumns, and snowy winters where waterfalls freeze midair like suspended crystal. Few visitors know that the lakes constantly change size and shape because the travertine grows by a few centimeters each year, subtly rearranging the park's geography. Botanists adore Plitvice because over 1,200 plant species survive here, including rare orchids that look like tiny alien creatures blooming in secret corners. Culture also runs through the park like an invisible river, with stories of ancient Illyrians who considered the lake's sacred waters guarded by forest spirits. Local villagers still whisper about the Black Queen, a mystical figure said to appear on stormy nights to protect the waterfalls from destruction. History carved its own surprises here too, as Plitvice once became a strategic battleground during the Croatian War of Independence in 1991. Yet despite such conflict, the park healed in ways humans rarely can, reclaiming silence and letting nature stitch the scars shut. The lake's shifting colors, sometimes aquamarine, sometimes jade, sometimes almost silver, create a visual language that feels like emotion painted across water. Fishermen from old villages once believed the shimmering colors were messages from ancestors, guiding them through life's hardships. Wander far enough and you'll reach Kozjak, the largest of the lakes, whose reflective surface turns sunrise into a glowing watercolor painting. One of the park's quiet marvels is how sound behaves differently here, with waterfalls absorbing echoes and creating a natural white noise that resets the mind. Even the air feels rare, filtered through beech and fir forests that have remained largely untouched for centuries. If you're lucky, you might see the elusive Plitvice trout so pristine and protected that fishing has been banned for decades to preserve its lineage. Families living around the park still keep culinary traditions alive, offering dishes like strukli, roasted lamb, and plum rakia infused with mountain herbs. Every bite reflects the rugged soul of Liechtenstein, shaped by cold winters, mountain life, and centuries of storytelling. Travelers often say Plitvice doesn't feel like a place you see, but a place that slowly reveals itself to you. And when it finally does, its beauty settles in your memory with the permanence of a carved stone. Travel tip: visit early in the morning not just to avoid crowds, but to witness the lakes when the light is soft and untouched, when Plitvice whispers its secrets most clearly. Dubrovnik, Neretva County. Standing along the sparkling Adriatic coast in the Dubrovnik-Neretva County, Dubrovnik rises like a timeless guardian of Croatia's southern edge, a city whose stone walls seem to breathe the stories of centuries. Its enviable geographical position made it a maritime powerhouse, allowing the Republic of Ragusa to flourish as one of the Mediterranean's most sophisticated trading civilizations. At the height of its prosperity, Ragusan fleets sailed across continents, carrying silk, salt, silver, and diplomacy, earning the city a quiet but unstoppable influence among European powers. Dubrovnik's wonder factor comes from the uncanny feeling that the Middle Ages are still alive here, as if the city never truly stepped out of its golden era. Walking its polished limestone streets, you feel as though you've slipped into a living museum where ancient secrets hide in every archway and echo through every narrow alley. The city's architectural jewels, especially the iconic Old Town, are crafted almost entirely from pale limestone, giving Dubrovnik its nickname, the Pearl of the Adriatic. Its most famous landmarks include the mighty city walls, Fort Lovrijenac perched above the sea, the elegant Rector's Palace, and the cathedral whose treasures survived both earthquakes and invading empires. Nature subtly weaves its presence into the city, with Mediterranean pines, wild herbs, and swifts circling the ancient rooftops in a dance that has repeated for generations. The nearby Lokrum Island adds to Dubrovnik's ecological charm, home to peacocks descended from 19th century aristocratic imports and gardens filled with exotic species. Dubrovnik has become a cinematic legend thanks to its starring role in global productions, especially Game of Thrones, where it famously portrayed the capital of the Seven Kingdoms. Yet few people know that the city's film history started long before modern blockbusters, with Yugoslav-era movies using its fortresses as dramatic backdrops. The spirit of Dubrovnik is deeply tied to the Ragusan belief in freedom, engraved into their motto Libertas, a principle citizens defended fiercely through diplomacy rather than warfare. Seasonal changes cast entirely different moods on the city. In spring, it glows pastel and breezy. In summer, it burns golden. In autumn, it softens into copper and shadow. And in winter, it becomes a quiet stone labyrinth under stormy skies. One mysterious local legend tells of a ghostly ship that sails near the walls on moonless nights, believed to carry the souls of ancient sailors returning home. Another story speaks of a hidden room beneath the rector's palace, where secret Ragusan negotiations shaped the fate of regional kingdoms. Dubrovnik also survived a devastating earthquake in 1667, an event that reshaped its architecture and became one of the most dramatic chapters in its history. A quirky fun fact: the famous Stradun Street was once a seawater channel until the city unified two settlements and filled it, transforming it into the shining marble boulevard it is today. Even the city walls carry hidden oddities, including cannons that were ordered but never fired, and carvings believed to be coded warnings to invading powers. Food in Dubrovnik reflects its maritime roots, featuring dishes like black risotto, fresh oysters from nearby Stone, handmade pasta called sporky makaruli, and candied orange peel dating back to medieval kitchens. Local wine culture thrives, especially the bold reds from the Pelješac Peninsula and the fragrant whites born from old Dalmatian vineyards. Traditional festivals such as the Dubrovnik Summer Festival bring music, theater, and local pride pouring into the streets and courtyards. At sunset, the city glows like molten gold, the sea turning into a polished mirror that reflects the fortresses as though they're floating above time. Travel tip: visit early in the morning to walk the city walls before the crowds arrive. This is when Dubrovnik reveals its truest magic: quiet, glowing, and utterly cinematic. Dubrovnik is more than a medieval city. It is a living masterpiece where history, legend, resilience, and beauty intertwine in ways few places on Earth can replicate. Krka National Park, Šibenik, Knin County. In the heart of Šibenik, Knin County, Krka National Park stretches along the winding Krka River, forming one of Croatia's most poetic landscapes where water, stone, and time shape everything. The park's geographical location, deep in a limestone canyon carved over thousands of years, creates a dramatic setting that feels both wild and sacred. Krka's story began with the slow, persistent dance between water and karst rock, as the river sculpted terraces, pool, and cascades that eventually turned into the iconic waterfalls seen today. This geological story of a river becoming a wonder continues even now, as new travertine formations grow and reshape the course of Krka's flow. Among its most celebrated highlights is Skredinsky Buk, a massive multi-tiered waterfall where turquoise water spills over mossy stone steps in a breathtaking natural amphitheater. Just as striking as Roški Slap, known for its rhythmic chain of mini waterfalls nicknamed the necklaces, each one sparkling like liquid jewelry under the Croatian sun. Krka's landscapes feel like a living ballet, a dance of water and stone, where every rapid, pool, and cliff moves to the rhythm of nature's ancient choreography. Its vegetation is equally rich, filled with endemic plants, Mediterranean shrubs, and fragrant herbs that grow wildly along wooden boardwalks. At the heart of the river lies Visovac Island, a spiritual sanctuary where a centuries-old Franciscan monastery stands surrounded by serene blue water, like a dream floating in silence. Nearby, the Krka Monastery immerses visitors in another layer of history with its Byzantine roots, underground catacombs, and relics preserved by generations of monks. Higher in the canyon sits the Burnham archaeological site, the remains of a Roman military camp that once commanded strategic access to the region. Experiencing Krka is deeply immersive. Wooden paths bring you inches from rushing streams, and boat rides make you feel as though you're gliding through a hidden world untouched by modern noise. A fun fact many visitors don't know is that some sections of Krka grow new travertines so quickly that scientists record measurable changes in the landscape each year. Locals also believe the river possesses healing energy, a tradition passed down through folklore about travelers cured after bathing in its waters. One mysterious legend tells of a water nymph who guarded the canyon, her tears said to form the gentle mists seen around Skredinsky Brook on quiet mornings. Another tale speaks of Roman soldiers hearing strange echoes in the canyon, noises modern researchers now attribute to wind patterns bouncing off limestone walls. Krka's cultural identity is shaped by rural Dalmatian traditions, simple living, strong community ties, and a deep respect for the river that sustained generations. Local cuisine in Šibenik Knin merges river and countryside flavors, featuring dishes like skradin risotto, slow-cooked for hours, roast lamb under pica, and homemade cheeses paired with regional wines. Boatmen along the Krka often share anecdotes passed down through families, including stories of fishermen who witness waterfalls glowing silver under moonlight. With every step, Krka makes you feel part of a moving landscape, a place where nature doesn't just sit still, but invites you into its unfolding story. Travel tip: arrive early in the morning to walk the Skredinsky Brook boardwalk before the crowds. The sound of the falls at dawn is an experience that feels almost otherworldly. Krka National Park is more than a collection of waterfalls. It is a living riverborne masterpiece woven with history, myth, and the timeless rhythm of Croatian wilderness. Var Island, Split, Dalmatia County. Floating off the coast of Split, Dalmatia County, Var Island stretches like a sunlit ribbon across the Adriatic Sea, catching the light in a way that makes it glow even from afar. Its origins trace back to ancient Illyrian settlements and later Greek colonists, who recognized its fertile fields and strategic maritime position long before modern travelers arrived. Today, Var is famed for its extraordinary sunshine, earning its title as the sunniest island in Croatia, basking in more than 2,700 hours of radiant light each year. This signature sunshine gives the island its unmistakable golden mood, warming its lavender fields, ancient stone walls, and crystalline bays into a Mediterranean dreamscape. At the heart of the island lies Var Town, a luxurious blend of Venetian architecture, marble piazzas, and super yachts drifting quietly into its picturesque harbor. The elegant St. Stephen's Square, the Grand Arsenal, and the centuries-old stone facades reveal the town's rich past as a maritime and cultural hub. Crowned above the town is Fortica Fortress, whose sweeping panoramic view of the harbor and the Pakleni Islands is one of the most mesmerizing vistas in all Dalmatia. On the northern side lies Stari Grad, one of Europe's oldest towns, where narrow stone alleys and quiet courtyards tell a story that began more than 2,000 years ago. The Stari Grad plain, still cultivated using ancient Greek agricultural methods, stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a testament to timeless human ingenuity. Var's natural world bursts with Mediterranean life. Wild herbs, sleepy lizards sunbathing on rocks, olive groves twisting in the breeze, and vineyards that thrive under its relentless sun. Modern Var carries a glamorous vibe, known as the island of Europe's elite, attracting artists, royals, and jet-set travelers who come for its nightlife, wellness retreats, and stylish coastal hideaways. Yet beneath that glamour lies a strong cultural heart, preserved through folk dances, local festivals, and traditions tied to the rhythm of harvest and sea. The Pakleni Islands just offshore form a seductive chain of emerald islets, famous for their hidden coves, pine forests, and surreal turquoise lagoons. One legend claims the Pakleni Islands were created by sea nymphs who scattered drops of molten resin from their enchanted trees, solidifying into today's island chain. Another tale whispers about a ghostly fisherman seen rowing near Var town on misty nights, said to be searching for a long-lost treasure buried beneath the sea. A fun fact, Var was home to one of Europe's earliest public theaters, established in 1612 and still standing proudly as a symbol of the island's cultural refinement. Even the island's stone houses are built with unique local limestone that glows warm and pastel under the Mediterranean sun. Rosemary, sage, figs, and citrus infuse the island's cuisine with aromas that feel both ancient and refreshingly coastal. Locals cherish the slow rhythm of island life, guided by the tides, the harvest cycles, and the timeless connection between land and sea. Travelers often share stories of losing track of time here, lulled by golden sunsets that turn the harbor into liquid bronze. Travel tip: hike up to Fortica just before sunset. The view of the sun sinking behind the Pakleni Islands is one of the most unforgettable scenes you'll ever carry home. Var Island is more than a summer paradise. It is a radiant blend of history, myth, nature, and modern allure, offering a Mediterranean experience that feels both luxurious and deeply rooted in tradition. Šibenik, Knin County. The moment you arrive in Šibenik, perched along the Adriatic in Šibenik, Knin County, it feels like stepping into a city built for exploration, compact, vertical, and buzzing with Mediterranean energy. Founded by Croatian kings nearly 1,000 years ago, Šibenik proudly carries the title of the first original Croatian city, a place whose roots run deep into national identity. Its early history is filled with battles, triumphs, and clever diplomacy, shaping a city that feels both ancient and fiercely alive. The undisputed crown jewel is the Cathedral of St. James, a UNESCO masterpiece built entirely from stone blocks, fitted like a giant three-dimensional puzzle. You can spend hours admiring the lifelike stone faces carved around its exterior, portraits of villagers, nobles, and everyday citizens immortalized in limestone. Šibenik's fortresses tower above the city, giving it an adventurous vibe, as if every hilltop hides a story waiting to be uncovered. St. Michael's Fortress, with its open-air stage and sweeping views, feels like a throne overlooking the Adriatic kingdom below. St. Nicholas Fortress, guarding the narrow sea channel, looks like a stone battleship anchored in the water. Navigating Šibenik's stairways is part workout, part joyride, part movie scene, with sudden viewpoints that make you stop and grab your camera instantly. The city's natural world is woven into its stone foundation. Pine trees grow next to fort walls, cats sunbathe on steps, and swallows race between rooftops. Summer sunlight hits Šibenik differently, creating glowing white pathways that make the entire city look like it's lit from within. A fun fact, Šibenik was the first city in the world to use Tesla's AC street lighting system, making it a pioneer of modern illumination. Locals celebrate life through music, food, laughter, and tradition, blending old Croatian customs with a lively Dalmatian spirit. Festival nights fill the air with guitars, klapa harmonies, and the unmistakable aroma of grilled seafood drifting through alleyways. One local legend warns that a ghostly figure appears on stormy nights near the fortress, believed to be a lost sentry still guarding the city. Another tale speaks of a secret passage running under the old town, used by nobles during Ottoman attacks. Šibenik's past is filled with thrilling episodes, rebellions, naval skirmishes, and miraculous survivals from fires and plagues. Dolphins occasionally appear in the St. Anthony Channel, adding a surprising burst of magic to the coastline. Local flavors steal the spotlight. Mussels na buzaru, Dalmatian prosciutto, slow-cooked lamb, seafood stews, and olive oils infused with local herbs. Every cafe feels like a front-row seat to the rhythm of Croatian life, casual, warm, and effortlessly charming. The locals' pride in their city is contagious. Talk to anyone here, and you'll hear stories passed down through generations. Even strolling without a destination becomes an adventure, with each turn revealing another staircase, hidden courtyard, or sea view. Sunset transforms Šibenik into pure gold, with the sky turning peach and the sea glowing like polished metal. Travel tip: climb to Barone Fortress just before twilight. You'll get a panoramic view of Šibenik's lights flickering on like stars. Šibenik is the perfect blend of adventure, heritage, and Mediterranean soul, a city that invites you to climb higher, explore deeper, and live slower. Pula Arena, Pula. Standing on the southern tip of the Istrian Peninsula, the Pula Arena rises above the coastal city of Pula like a colossal stone crown, overlooking both the ancient streets and the shimmering Adriatic Sea. Built in the 1st century AD during the reign of Emperor Vespasian, this amphitheater is one of the most enduring symbols of Roman influence along the eastern Adriatic. Its limestone architecture, quarried from local Istrian stone, has survived nearly 2 millennia of wars, earthquakes, empires, and shifting coastlines without losing its majestic symmetry. The arena once hosted gladiatorial battles that drew thousands of spectators, who gathered in roaring crowds to witness contests of strength, courage, and fate. With 4 towering side towers and a perfectly elliptical layout, Pula Arena is one of the largest and best-preserved Roman amphitheaters still standing today. Its underground chambers once held wild animals such as lions, bears, and wolves, echoing with the tense energy of ancient spectacles. Today, the arena's surroundings host Mediterranean vegetation, olive trees, cypresses, swallows, and lizards that bask along its sunlit arches. The combination of ancient stone and coastal climate gives Pula a unique atmosphere, blending the serenity of the sea with the gravitas of history. Around the arena lie Roman temples, medieval fortifications, and lively modern streets where cafes and markets coexist with ruins from the imperial era. Pula Arena has been proposed for UNESCO World Heritage status thanks to its astonishing integrity and the depth of cultural history it represents. A fascinating fun fact is that medieval residents once used the arena as a source of building stone until a Venetian official intervened to preserve it. Another surprising detail is that the arena was designed to collect rainwater through hidden channels, proving Roman engineering mastery. Local traditions still celebrate Pula's Roman roots, with festivals reenacting gladiator combats and processions that revive the spirit of ancient Istria. One long-standing legend tells of giants who once built the arena stone by stone before fleeing into the mountains when dawn approached. Another captivating story suggests that secret tunnels beneath the amphitheater lead all the way to the sea, used by smugglers and soldiers through the centuries. The arena played a role in modern culture as well, serving as a stage for world-famous concerts, film festivals, and theatrical productions beneath the open sky. Its acoustics, shaped by ancient Roman design, allow music to resonate in a way that feels almost supernatural. Pula's streets around the arena mix Roman heritage with coastal life, fishing boats, seaside promenades, stone alleys, and elegant Austro-Hungarian architecture. Wildlife thrives even in the urban core, with swifts nesting in the arches and seabirds gliding overhead, creating a living rhythm around the ruins. Istrian cuisine near the arena adds another layer to its experience, offering truffles, olive oil, seafood pasta, and the local wine Malvasia that pairs perfectly with warm Adriatic evenings. Locals often tell tourists that the arena feels completely different at night, when its shadows deepen and the arches glow with soft amber light. Some claim to have heard faint echoes from ancient battles after midnight, a blend of imagination, history, and the arena's powerful presence. Visitors walking through its corridors often describe a sudden stillness, as if time temporarily halts within the limestone walls. Travel tip: visit the arena right after sunrise. This is when the stone turns golden and you can explore its corridors before tour groups arrive. Pula Arena is not merely a relic of the Roman Empire. It is a living monument where ancient legends, modern culture, and the pulse of the Adriatic converge into one extraordinary experience. Brač Island, Split, Dalmatia County. Set in the heart of Split, Dalmatia County, Brač Island rises from the Adriatic like a rugged stone fortress, wrapped in sunlight and surrounded by waters that glow from turquoise to deep sapphire. Its origins go back to prehistoric settlements and Illyrian tribes, giving Brač a long, layered history that feels older than many Mediterranean islands. Over millennia, nature shaped the island from limestone cliffs, pine forests, and quiet coves, forming the unmistakable sun, stone, and sea identity that defines Brač today. One of the most iconic places is Zlatni Rat Beach, a shifting golden horn of pebbles that changes shape with the tides and winds, making it one of Europe's most unique natural wonders. The town of Bol, set beneath the towering Vidova Gora, blends old stone houses with a cheerful seaside rhythm that attracts travelers from around the world. Meanwhile, the ancient village of Škrip, over 3,000 years old, serves as the heart of Brač's heritage, with stone paths and museum relics telling stories of the island's earliest inhabitants. Across Brač, traditional architecture features limestone walls, terracotta roofs, and narrow alleys carved with the precision of master stonemasons. The island's flora includes aromatic herbs, olive groves, vineyards, and dense pine forests, creating a Mediterranean tapestry of color and scent. Wildlife thrives in the quieter parts of the island, where owls, falcons, and wild goats roam the rocky landscape. A fun fact many visitors don't know is that Brač white limestone has been used in some of the world's most famous buildings, including the White House in Washington, D.C., and Diocletian's Palace in Split. Stone is the soul of Brač, not just a resource, but a craft, a tradition, and a cultural identity passed through generations of stonemasons. The Puchascha Stonemason School, one of the last of its kind in Europe, continues to teach ancient carving techniques that have shaped the island for centuries. Local culture reflects a blend of maritime life, agriculture, and craftsmanship, with festivals, folk songs, and outdoor gatherings centered around community and heritage. One mysterious legend describes a hidden treasure buried somewhere near Škrip, said to belong to ancient Illyrian warriors. Another tale tells of shepherds who heard strange voices echoing from the caves of Vidova Gora, believed to be the whispers of old island spirits. The island's monasteries, especially Blaka Hermitage built into a cliff, add a spiritual and historical depth that feels almost otherworldly. Blaka's story of monks transforming a barren canyon into a stone settlement remains one of the most astonishing tales in Brac's history. Across the island, you'll find stone sculptures, village chapels, and traditional workshops that highlight Brac's artistry and deep respect for its materials. Brac's coastlines are dotted with fishing boats, pebble beaches, and hidden coves where the water is so clear it feels like floating in liquid crystal. Locals speak proudly of their island's resilience, shaped by strong winds, long summers, and a culture built on discipline, patience, and craftsmanship. Travelers often fall in love with the slow rhythm of Brač, morning swims, long lunches in shaded courtyards, and golden sunsets sinking behind split skyline. The view from Vidova Gora, the highest peak among all Adriatic islands, offers a breathtaking panorama stretching from Var to the Pelješac Peninsula. Travel tip: visit Zlatni Rat early in the morning, before the crowds arrive, when the beach is quiet, the wind is soft, and the horn's golden pebbles glow under gentle sunlight. Brač Island is a place where ancient stone, shimmering sea, and timeless tradition blend into one unforgettable Croatian masterpiece. Rovinj, Istria County. Perched gracefully on the western edge of the Istrian Peninsula, Rovinj rises from the Adriatic like a watercolor painting brought to life, vivid, intimate, and endlessly enchanting. With origins tracing back to Illyrian tribes and Roman settlers, the town developed through centuries of Venetian influence, creating a cultural mosaic as complex as the patterns on its ancient facades. Today, Rovinj stands as one of Croatia's most cherished coastal gems, its old-world charm blending seamlessly with a vibrant, artistic spirit that permeates everyday life. The old town is a labyrinth of stone-paved alleys where every turn feels like an art gallery, with colorful shutters, blooming window boxes, and weathered walls displaying shades shaped by sea air and time. At the town's highest point sits St. Euphemia's Church, an elegant Baroque landmark whose bell tower dominates the skyline and offers sweeping views of the archipelago below. The port, always alive with fishing boats and gentle waves, embodies the rhythm of the Adriatic, constant movement, soft echoes, and the scent of salt drifting through the air. Rovinji's natural world includes pine forests, coastal flowers, and seabirds circling the rooftops, creating a harmonious blend of city and wilderness. One of Rovinj's most striking features is its light, the way sunset turns the houses into shades of amber, rose, and gold makes the entire town look like it's glowing from within. During early morning hours, the pastel hues soften into silver blues, giving the old town a dreamlike calm before the day begins. A fun fact many visitors don't know is that Rovinj used to be an island until the 18th century, when a channel was filled in to connect it to the mainland. Its Venetian heritage is visible in everything from narrow archways to lion carvings guarding ancient entryways. Local traditions remain strong, with fishermen heading out at dawn and artisans continuing crafts passed through generations, such as stone carving, lacework, and wooden boat building. The Batana, Rovinj's iconic flat-bottomed fishing boat, is still used today and has become a symbol of the town's maritime heritage. The Batana House Museum celebrates this tradition, preserving stories of boat builders, sea songs, and the cultural identity of Rovinj's fishermen. One mysterious local legend tells of Saint Euphemia's sarcophagus that miraculously floated ashore, refusing to move until a young boy carried it up the hill, an act seen as a divine sign. Another story speaks of secret tunnels beneath the old town, rumored to have been used by nobles and smugglers during turbulent periods of history. Rovinj's cultural scene is vibrant, filled with open-air exhibitions, music festivals, and street artists who turn the town into an evolving canvas. Even its markets feel artistic, with displays of olive oils, truffles, handmade ceramics, and colorful produce laid out like curated collections. Dining by the water at sunset becomes an unforgettable experience, as lantern lights reflect off the sea and fishing boats drift quietly into harbor. The town's slower pace encourages visitors to wander without agenda, letting the atmosphere reveal itself one charming corner at a time. Travel tip: explore the old town early in the morning or late in the evening. These hours reveal Rovinj at its most authentic, with soft light, quiet streets, and the Adriatic breeze whispering between the houses. Rovinj is a living tapestry of history, color, myth, and Mediterranean warmth, offering a coastal experience that feels both timeless and deeply personal. Mliet National Park, Mliet Island. On the far edge of Dalmatia, where the sea deepens into impossible shades of blue, Mliet Island emerges like a whispered secret kept by ancient gods. Its stories begin with myth. Odysseus washed ashore, enchanted by Calypso, mesmerized by the island's beauty that seemed sculpted from dreams. That enchantment still lingers, woven into Mliet National Park's forests, caves, and saltwater lakes that shimmer like liquid emerald. Velico and Malo Jezero feel like twin mirrors, reflecting a world untouched by noise, their surfaces rippling with the soft breath of sea tides. At the center of this watery stillness, the monastery on St. Mary's Islet stands like a stone poem preserved for 9 centuries. Mliet's wilderness feels alive with subtle magic. Pine branches whisper, sea breezes hum, and sunlight dances through the canopy like falling gold. Deer, mongooses, owls, and rare forest creatures move gently through the shadows as if guarding ancient secrets. The sea surrounding the island hosts dolphins that sometimes appear at dawn, their silhouettes slicing through rose-colored water. Mliet's nickname, the Emerald Paradise, comes alive in every direction: green on the trees, green in the lakes, green in the reflections that melt into each other. Exploring the island feels like wandering through a living myth, with hidden coves, vine-covered trails, and quiet moments where time seems to hesitate. A lesser-known curiosity is that the lakes often glow warmer than the sea, creating a soft, soothing temperature that feels almost magical. Local traditions grow from the soil and sea, built on simple rhythms of fishing, olive harvests, and evenings of storytelling under star-filled skies. Folk songs echo across the water during summer festivals, blending ancient melodies with the sound of waves. Rumors speak of glowing lights drifting across the lakes. Some attribute them to spirits, others to the sea itself breathing gently. Legends tell of caves that open only on certain nights, revealing hidden pools said to possess healing power. The island's mood changes with the sun, soft in the morning, radiant at noon, mysterious at sunset, and deeply serene after dark. Millet's stone cliffs hold warmth from the day, releasing it slowly as the evening breeze sweeps through the pines. The sunstone sea trinity defines Millet's soul, shaping every sound, scent, and shade across the island. Travelers often speak of unforgettable nights here, watching stars mirrored in the lakes as though heaven itself descended to the island. In the silence, you can almost hear echoes of the myths that first gave Millet its legendary aura. Travel tip: visit the monastery island close to sunset. The golden light turns the lake into shimmering glass, and the experience feels truly mythical. Millet National Park is a place where nature, legend, and emotion merge, inviting you to step into a world that feels both ancient and eternal. Split, Dalmatia County. Split sits like a sunlit mosaic on the edge of the Adriatic, each stone warmed by centuries of footsteps and each wave carrying whispers from a distant Roman past. Born from the dreams of Diocletian, the city grew from his palace outwards, expanding like ripples from a single stone dropped into water. Even now, walking its streets feels like stepping through layers of time. Roman arches leading to Venetian windows, modern cafes tucked beneath ancient walls. The old town's heart beats in narrow alleys where laundry dances above your head and sunlight spills softly across polished stone. The peristyle glows golden at dawn, its columns catching the first light like silent guardians of history. Split's own Straden-like streets stretch forward like elegant ribbons, lined with boutiques, bakeries, and musicians who turn corners into small stages. Marjan Hill rises softly behind the city, its pine-scented trails winding upward toward views where the islands scatter across the sea like jewels. The port remains vibrant, filled with fishing boats swaying gently beside sleek yachts, a meeting of tradition and modern leisure. Nature thrives here. Swallows carve shapes in the sky, lizards sun themselves on marble blocks, and olives ripen in hidden courtyards. The The Adriatic wind, warm and salty, carries with it the spirit of Dalmatia, a blend of resilience, humor, and deep-rooted joy. A charming detail, cats of the Old Town have almost become its unofficial mascots, sleeping on steps and posing for amused visitors. Another fun fact is that locals still use parts of Diocletian's palace as homes, turning ancient halls into modern living spaces. Culture in Split is lived in the open. Early morning markets filled with vibrant produce, evening gatherings along the Riva, and festival music echoing through alleyways. Some say the palace walls retain memories, their stones warmed with stories of emperors, sailors, and everyday life over 1,700 years. One legend tells of Diocletian's ghost listening to klapa singers at midnight, silently pleased that his home still hums with life. Another rumor claims a hidden passage was discovered beneath a wine bar, leading to a chamber filled with Roman relics. Split's mood changes with the sun, soft and pastel in the morning, bright and lively by noon, and dramatic as shadows stretch at dusk. Sunset melts into warm tones that make the sea shimmer like molten copper. Locals take pride in simplicity, good food, good company, and a life lived outdoors beneath Mediterranean light. The soul of Split lies not just in its monuments, but in its smiles, its scents, and its sounds. Every walk feels like wandering inside a sunlit painting framed by sea and stone. Travel tip: savor an early morning coffee on the Riva. It's when Split feels most peaceful, glowing quietly before the city wakes. Split is a masterpiece of time, spirit, and Adriatic charm, inviting you to slow down and feel its heartbeat with every step.